Here we go again for this week's bi-weekly online class. Today the topic is Lead with Calm, Emotional Mastery for the working mum who's done with overwhelm. So these bi-weekly classes, they're designed to help us working mums push back against the unrealistic expectations on us that society has placed on us. So the overall intention today, or for these classes, is to help you anchor in your true joy, peace, purpose alongside motherhood. This really isn't about doing more. This isn't about adding more to your plate. This is about doing life differently and remembering who you truly are underneath the burdens of motherhood, underneath the burdens of working mum life. You're always a mum, but you're not only a mum. I'm just going to let that sink in. Good morning, lovely. You're always a mum, but you're not only a mum. When I heard that for the first time, it was absolutely groundbreaking. It literally rocked my world. I'm like, oh my God, that's the permission I've needed. Like, I know that there's more to life than just being a mum and managing everyone else's needs. And that's given me permission to look outside of, or inside, I should say, really, like inside me. Who am I? Who am I really? Other than just being a mum. I'm this unique woman. I have my own, dreams, values, beliefs, and that is okay. So you're always a mum, but you're not only a mum. And each class, I cover one of the common challenges of working mum life that I've faced myself in the past and that I've supported my clients through. But the really good news is that we've found solutions to them. It's really cool. I'm just going to check. I always forget to do this. I'm just going to check that I'm actually live on my laptop, and then I can see any questions that are coming through. Awesome. You're welcome to ask questions as we go in the comments, or ask me any questions if you're watching the replay. If you're watching live, just say hi. If you're watching the replay, then just let me know where you're tuning in from. I always love to know who's watching. So, yes, so we found solutions to our problems, which is really awesome. So a really, really warm welcome to you. So whether you're new to my world or whether you've been in my world for a while, if we've known each other for a while, then everyone is welcome. I'm just so happy that you're here. If we haven't met, I'm Michelle. I'm wife to Gary, mum to our two handsome boys, and I'm the Unshakable Mama. I help busy, self-aware working mums, mostly self-employed actually, shift out of the daily grind, say no to what and who doesn't feel good to you, and say yes to your true joy, your peace, and your purpose in life. And I help you master this through quick, game-changing reset tools that actually fit into your perfectly imperfect life. Your life is perfectly imperfect. It's amazing. And the changes that we achieve together they're nothing big. They're not groundbreaking. They're actually, they're normally the smallest, simplest shifts that create the hugest impact into your family life. The hugest impact for you and for your family. It's really, really incredible. It is a lifestyle choice, 100% a lifestyle choice. So this is for you if you're craving more from life, if you have that yearning, that niggle, and without adding any more to your plate. The method that we use in my world to achieve this is my signature calm method, which has been designed by me through my own experiences to help you gain clarity in your life's purpose alongside motherhood. What is it that you actually want in life? Do you even know? To set the boundaries, to ensure, to protect your time, your energy, and your money, to make sure that you're spending your time and your energy and your money, investing them in the right things in life to help you feel like life is as purposeful as possible, to help you master gratitude mindset, nervous system and emotional regulation. Really important. We're talking about emotional regulation today. And so you can take the aligned action steps, like the actual needle movers, towards your goals and dreams in life. And so I'll share more about this at the end if you're interested in hearing more. So if you're anything like the clients that I've worked with in the past, and how I felt sort of 6, 7, maybe 8 years ago, then you know in your heart that you're here for way more in life. I know that I am now, and I know that it's okay to go and get it. And I have the tools and the strategies in place to take the steps that I need to take to keep my eye on the prize and to start moving towards them through all the challenges, all the fears, through all of the, all the overgrowth. I know how to get there. But I didn't always. Okay. I used to have this real niggly yearning that there was more for me in life, and I just had no idea how to make it happen. Before working with me, most of my clients fall into one of these two categories. Either A, she got stuck, or she got sucked back up into the busyness of life, fell back into old habits and patterns, and simply forgot all about herself and her own dreams again. Or B, she started feeling guilty and greedy and selfish for wanting more when life's already so great. Maybe she was sort of over the two of those things. And then she told herself, well, do you know what? Life's already really busy and I don't have capacity and headspace and time for anything else anyway, because I'm already being pulled in a million directions by all the daily planned and unexpected things. So what's the point? So let me know in the comments which category you fall into, A or B, or maybe a bridge. Okay, I'd love to hear where you're sitting right now. When my clients first come to me, they all think they don't have time. They're already far too maxed out and far too busy. And what we know in my world is that the reset tools and strategies I teach are what helps you reclaim, what helps us reclaim our time, our energy, and our dreams. We need to have them in place. We need to use these tools because they are what help us problem solve, see new perspectives, and start integrating and anchoring more joy, peace and purpose, presence into life. So life feels just so incredible. And the foundations of my work are mindset, nervous system regulation, self-leadership, emotional regulation. And it's all backed by science. So if you want more information on that, I'd be happy to share, or feel free to Google it. And I know that a lot of the challenges that we experience as busy working mums are that we just have too many plates spinning. We've maxed ourselves out. We've literally stretched so thin. Life is so busy all the time, and we work full-time or part-time in our jobs or our businesses or both. And on top of that, we're expected to manage the home, look after the kids. There's the life admin, the school admin. Oh my God, the school admin. Navigating your kids' emotions, trying to be an attentive wife. And when we do get time for fun, it feels like another chore. Let me know. Let me know if you feel like that. The fun feels like another chore because you've literally just got no space in your diary. And, we're just so maxed out. And it means that we're not living life in full presence. It means that even when we're doing the things that we want to do, we're still going through the motions. We end up feeling sort of frustrated, resentful, exhausted from always being so busy. And ultimately, we just feel drained by work and life because we don't do enough of the things that actually fill our souls. But even the social plans, they feel like there's an expectation on us that we can't say no. we can't miss out. Fear of missing out. Now I have a different outlook on that. It's the joy of missing out. I used to have my diary so packed full, and now I love to keep space in my diary just to see what happens, see where the opportunities are, see see how things unravel, because that's where the magic of life is, not when we're constantly planning. And if we're planning all the time and we're busy all the time, we feel like life is passing us by. So the opportunity we have today, let's get back on track here because I went off on a little bit of a tangent there, sharing my own thing. The opportunity we have here today inside this class is to master the tools and strategies to ensure that we lead with calm, as in calm is our optimal pillar, our foundational pillar. Okay, we're learning to master our emotions no matter what life throws at us, so we can gain more clarity on a way out of our current unsustainable way of living and navigating working mum life, so we can call in more support, so we feel more supported, so we feel like we're part of a team at home and in our lives. We don't have to do it all. You don't have to do it all for everybody, okay? So we can navigate working mum life's daily challenges with confidence, clarity, grace, so you can learn and grow from the challenges. So you're not reacting to the challenges, you're responding, you're not letting them drag you down. So you can become the true leader of your life and your family, not just the manager of everyone else's needs. Yeah? You aren't the manager of everyone else's needs and desires. They're perfectly capable themselves. We just have to let it go a little bit, but that's another thing. Okay, and so we can redefine what freedom actually looks like for you and start creating it. All these masterclasses, they're all teaching you tools and techniques and strategies to make sure that you can achieve those goals, okay? Because it's time to find out who you are now. Who are you? Who are you as a woman with your own identity? Not just mum, not just the colleague or the wife. Who are you? No, this isn't about doing more. This is about living your life in a way that feels so fulfilling and so purposeful. How does that sound to you? If it sounds good, then stick around, because we're going to go into our teaching section of today. So with today's hot topic, lead with calm, emotional mastery for the working mum who's done with overwhelm. So every masterclass I teach 3 main points, okay? So the first one is my 10-second how do I feel reset tool to use in the moment to avoid any kind of explosion. It's about that pause, taking that pause. So for example, the other day my boys were bickering in the kitchen while I was in the bathroom cleaning my teeth, and our bathroom's next to the kitchen randomly. And I was like, how do I feel about this? Do I go and try and break them up? I was like, no. I'm going to let them get on with it because it's a life skill to help them navigate and negotiate to, whatever, rather than me always being the mediator. And that's a waste of my energy because this is not my problem, it's their problem. Okay. And so instead, I was cleaning my teeth and I'm like, I'm coming home to myself. I clean my teeth. It's like I've got a microphone. I'm coming home to myself. I'm calm. I'm okay. The boys are fine. They're safe. I'm safe. We're safe in this moment. I'm remembering who I am. And I just had a little dance and a smile. And I was like, result. I've just let them get on with it. Another example, maybe I've done the school run in the morning and then I'm rushing against the traffic to get to a client's house. for a one-to-one. And then I literally, before I got to the client's house, this is a true story, like before I got to the client's house, I just pulled over just to reset. Just like, how do I feel? Just take a few deep breaths. I'm actually feeling really quite crazed right now. I'm feeling really chaotic. I'm quite stressed and overwhelmed. Deep breath. Come back to myself. Come home to myself. It's okay. I'm safe. I'm calm. How do I feel? Okay. I'm all right now. I can continue. I can get to my client's house now without looking like a hot mess. And I know that I can hold space for my client, as in, be there for my client with my full energy, without leaking any of my energy into her shit, basically. And making her more like I'm fully, protected, fully grounded. I'm okay. Maybe you've got a bit of an altercation with your husband or with a colleague at work, or feeling a bit stressed at work or at home about money. Maybe the conversation with your partner's about money, and it's going to not be a good one. It's like, okay, just how do I feel? Just take stock. Deep breath. I don't want to explode this. I'm just going to approach this from my calmest possible self. It's okay. Come back to the breath and begin. And we can use this technique, like, how do I feel? Like, literally in any situation whenever you're feeling like, feeling stressed or overwhelmed or anxious about something, or you need to approach something that you've been putting off or you're not looking forward to, or that or you feel might not go the way you hope it will go. Usually when you just take a few seconds, just how do I feel? I'm going to reset. I'm going to approach this from a neutral position here with no expectation. I'm grounded, I'm calm. Usually it goes a lot better than you think it's going to. It's really quite incredible. So that's the first thing I want to share with you today. And it's so simple. You can do it anytime, anywhere. Sat at the traffic lights. Oh my God, I'm going to be late. It's okay. How do I feel? Okay, I feel really, really stressed right now. Okay, so deep breath. Calm. And start approaching things from calm. Approaching your life from calm. So that's the first thing. The second thing I want to teach today is about defining your identity goals. Whatever's happened, I was talking about this with a client a couple of days ago actually, whatever's happened in the past doesn't define who you are now. Like, yes, you could have made some... Is my signal okay? My signal keeps dropping. So yes. So I was talking about defining your identity goals and the fact that... Okay. Can you hear me? Oh dear. So this is a prime example. Tech problems cause so much stress. How do I feel? Yeah, I'm pretty pissed off. Is being pissed off going to actually solve anything? No. So how do I want to respond? With calm, with grace. So what else can you do? Seriously, what else can you do? The internet is not in my control. As annoying as that is, it's not in my control. So I'm just going to have to, we just have to go with it. Stay calm. I'm choosing calm. I'm choosing calm. So there you go. A real live in the moment example. Okay. Hopefully I can continue now. So, number 2, defining your emotional identity. I've repeated this several times now. What's happened in the past is not who you are today. Okay, you may have regrets about the past, but actually, it's easy to say, there's no point in regrets. But there isn't any point in regrets. But what we have to understand is that we have the power in any moment to change the future, to change who we are. So, how you've been in the past isn't necessarily a reflection of who you want to be. I find that people who have known me from many years ago still expect me to be the same person, to have the same interests, to speak the same, to, talk about the same things. But actually, for example, I know that I've moved on a lot since then. And it was a really big lesson for me to learn to hold myself in who I am now, instead of being pulled back to that old version of me by the people who knew me in the past. I mean, some of these people I still know. But we have to stay true to who we are now. And the really important thing to start with is knowing what your values are. So what are your values? I mean, for me personally, my values are my family. I love my family to bits and pieces. And I know I talk about purpose alongside motherhood, and motherhood is a big part of who I am, but it's not the only part of who I am. Do you know what I mean? There's what I see, there's me, and then there's my motherhood section, there's my wife section, and I'm kind of encompassing it all. So it doesn't define me. Motherhood doesn't define me. Who I was before doesn't define me. It's just a part of who I am. So my values, so my family, because I love spending time with my family. I love nature. I love being in nature. I love walking. Loyalty is a really important value to me. Friendship. So the things that are really, really important to you, those things that speak to you from the heart, not from the head. So it's a really interesting exercise just to sit with this for a while and maybe journal on it. What are my values? What's really important to me in life? And that's your starting point. That's your benchmark for your emotional identity. Because who is the person who, the person who loves her family and, loves being in nature? Can she go out in nature with her family? Does that calm her? What are the things that help you feel stable? What are the things that help keep you feeling grounded and calm? Who are the people that help you feel grounded and calm? Some people just don't deserve your energy. There are some people in this world who just either drain you or make you feel like you're not important, or make you feel like make you doubt yourself. There are people who don't support you in your dreams, who don't understand you. Whereas you need to be surrounded, finding the people, the emotion who support your values and your emotions. And when you are true to your own values, it really, really supports your emotions. It keeps you stable. It keeps you unshakable. It helps to keep those foundations, the emotional foundations and nervous system foundations, stable and unshakable. Okay? If you've got any questions about any of this, then just ask. Okay? So what we're doing is we're anchoring in to who you want to be, not just who you need to be, because I know that you need to be a mum. I know that you need to go to work. I know that you need to earn money. But outside of that, you're so much more than that. And when you understand that, that's when you start to remember who you are. That's when you can always that's when you can lead with calm. Yeah? And then the other thing on this I want to share is about what's important versus urgent. Now this is a really, really powerful part of Unshakable Mama, this of my 16-week program. This is a part that's really strongly resonated with my ladies inside. Important versus urgent. We get so sucked up in reactive, busy, do, go mode, that we tend to push aside the things that are important. So yes, we need to, example, yes, we urgently need to wash the school uniforms or go buy school uniforms ready for the start of term, for example, that we forget the things that are important. So the things that are important, that is important too, but there is a very big difference between important and urgent. Okay, so we could be doing all the urgent things all the time, which keeps us in a state of heightened, overactive, overdrive nervous system, stress hormones. But when we're focusing on the important things as well, so another example, I used to be doing the cleaning, and I'd promised myself that after I'd done the cleaning I'd sit down and have a cup of tea. But what would happen is I just wouldn't stop cleaning. There was always something else to do, something else on the to-do list. So it's a case of, having a cup of tea and actually sitting down and reading my book, or reading with my boys, or going outside and playing with my boys, or going for a walk, or whatever it is that's important to you, phoning a friend, you make time for it. So I started putting a timer on for 2 hours of cleaning, non-negotiable. At the end of that 2 hours, I would sit down and I'd have a cup of tea or do something that was important to me. The important is things that fill your cup, that re-energize you, refuel you. Because otherwise you're just constantly draining your battery. And when you're tired and exhausted, we all know that you're not calm. You don't lead from calm, you're more reactive. So when we make sure that our cup is full, we can then lead with calm. We're emotionally stable. Our nervous systems are soothed and regulated because we've given ourselves that time to breathe, that time to be, that time to rest, doing the important things. So that is something so important for you to remember. And then we look at your future self. Who is your future self? What would your future self thank you for? What does your future self need from you? Who does your future self need you to be now? Because the past has happened, we can't change it, as I've said. The future hasn't actually happened yet. But if we're thinking about the past and we're thinking about the future, then we're actually bringing it into the now. The power of now. So we can think about the future and the bits that we like, not the worrying stuff. Well, we can, because there's no point in worrying about the future because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. But we kind of, what is it that you want in the future? You start to bring it into now. How does that future self feel? How does she hold herself? How does she dress? How does she speak to people? How does she respond to life? How does she deal with life's challenges? And your future self, nobody wants to feel completely crazy and out of control and like emotions are flying everywhere. So we look to the future. We're like, okay, well, what does this, like having like an elder looking at us, like your wiser elder self, like looking over you, like who does my future self need me to be now to achieve that thing that I want to do in the future, or to have, or be, or whatever. So your future self, it's such a beautiful thing. So for example, okay, you really don't want to go shopping today, but you also, it's really important for you that tomorrow you have a free day, that you don't want to be going shopping. So sometimes you do have to push yourself a little bit. I always say, like don't push yourself. Like it's not when you force yourself that you get the results. It's when you actually, when you're in rest, relaxation. But sometimes you do need to push yourself a little bit in order to protect your time and energy in the future. So you do the shopping today, you make that effort, your future self will thank you. And then the other thing about like emotional identity goals, anchoring into who you want to be, not just who you need to be right now. It's like, who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Yeah? It's a beautiful, beautiful exercise. So you imagine yourself on your 100th birthday, at your 100th birthday party. Where are you? Who's there? How are you celebrating? What are you wearing? Like, how healthy are you? How wealthy are you? Financially, and, like from a level of joy and happiness. What have you done in your life? Have you achieved what you wanted to achieve in your life? Or do you have any regrets? That is such a good indicator of who you want to be. Who you want to be. And then, again, we bring in that future self and emotional mastery, and knowing that we want to create space in our diaries. We want to focus on the things that matter to us. Not just be stuck in this perpetual like state of busy, go all the time. It's not good for us. It's making us ill. Dis-ease in the body. Dis-ease. It's just like your body is uneasy. Your body needs that time to rest and relax and be calm and be soothed and regulated. And this is how we lead with calm. We think about these things. Okay, so number 3, this is about your powerful 2-minute calm in the chaos tools and strategies to make emotional leadership sustainable. So these are things that I do, things that I've done. And the first one is the first sip ritual. I did it this morning, I practiced this morning. And it's all about, because maybe you don't drink coffee, but most mums I know drink a tea or a coffee first thing in the morning. And if you don't, then maybe a herbal tea. I'm really sorry, I need to cough. And it's about getting really connected to that first sip. Just that, it's a ritual, like that first sip, closing your eyes, maybe looking out of the window, looking at the view, looking at the world around you, and just feeling really present in your body, in your life, feeling really grateful for everything that you've already got in your life, and just starting your day with like all your thoughts gathered, feeling gratitude, feeling calm. And it is just such a beautiful feeling to just like set your day up and, go about your day feeling like you've mastered your emotions, feeling calm. It's not to say that something won't happen later on in the day. that tips you off balance, because that's what life likes to do. It likes to throw us those curveballs. But again, it's about how we deal with those curveballs. So at any point in your day, you can take that first sip ritual again, whenever you have a tea or a coffee, or even just take that breath, that reset at any point. How do I feel? Take that reset. It's a similar kind of thing. But I just love it. It just makes me feel really at peace and really content in myself, who I am, what I've achieved, where just no matter what's going on, no matter what financial challenges are going on, no matter what health challenges are going on. We've had some massive financial challenges this year. We've had some massive emotional challenges because we lost our cat after nearly 18 years, and she's a massive part of our lives. And you can deal with anything. It's emotional mastery is about knowing and trusting that whatever's happening around with you, you're safe, you're loved, and you'll be okay. Yeah? So, the second tool and strategy that I've used in the past, and I haven't used it for a while, I used it a couple of weeks ago in the school holidays, but I hadn't used it for years. But it's nice that, I've got these tools and I'm teaching you these tools that we can use. It's like, okay, what's this tool? What's in my toolbox? What can I use right now to help me get through this particular little challenge, help me master this moment, if you like. So you walk into the kitchen in the morning and the kids are a bit crazy. Maybe it's a school morning, maybe it's a school holiday morning, and maybe they're not doing what they're meant to be doing. Maybe they're fighting and bickering, or maybe they're just really excitable and they're just not responding, they're not listening to you. And you're feeling like, but I've got to get to work. I've got things I need to do, or we're meant to be going out to meet somebody, or whatever. And you start to feed off their energy, and then they feed off your energy, like your stressed energy, and then it becomes a little bit crazy and a bit heated. So, amazing tip for you to master your emotions and lead with calm. Choose to walk out of the room. Go and take a few deep breaths. Decide that you are going to change the course of this day, and that you're not going to stay in this state of stress and craziness. Walk back into the room, feeling calm, feeling like you're, centered and grounded again. Good morning. Let's start again. And honestly, it is one of the most powerful tools I've ever used, because the room calms, the boys calm. It's like we all reset. We're all like, okay. So then, boys, how are you feeling this morning? We need to do this. We need to do that. Let's. Okay, this is what we need to do by what time, and this is what's happening today, and la da 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 da. And just explaining to them what they need to do. To get out by whatever time, and reminding them that we're going out to see your friends, or you need to get to school, or I don't know, whatever it is. Just explaining to them, communicating with them what it is you expect and why you're expecting this, because I don't always expect stuff of them, but sometimes we just need to work as a team. We're just reminding them that we're a team. And that if we all help each other, then that's, everyone's going to be happier. Everyone is going to be happier. It's not just me who has to make sure that all the water bottles and the lunches and the bags, whatever, are done. Or, it's not me that has to make sure that all the clean washing is out so they know what they're wearing. We're a team. It's not always me that has to remind them to clean their teeth. They have to take responsibility. And then another really powerful tool, and this is hard sometimes, when you're feeling like you're in the mud, when you're feeling stressed and overwhelmed, and you're in the midst of challenges, it's really hard. But if you can try, it is instantly calming, and it will help you lead your family with calm. It will ensure that you're not like snapping at your kids and whatever. You smile. Obviously, like if your kids are misbehaving, or they don't smile at them because they'll think you're laughing at them, and then they'll think but yeah, you can just go into the bathroom, go and find a mirror, smile, or just smile quietly to yourself, and you feel your posture change. You feel your heart glow. You feel your shoulders relax. You feel yourself stand up taller. Just smile. It is really hard sometimes, but it is a really, really powerful strategy. So when life is really chaotic and you want to find that instant calm, try it. Honestly, it's incredible. It's incredible. So that brings us to the end of our teaching. As I said, if you've got any questions about any of that, then please don't hesitate to DM me or put a post in the comment. Let me know if you're watching, where you're watching from, if you're watching the replay. And I'm really excited to share with you that there is a whole new way of being a working mum. A whole new way. And this is what we do in my world. We don't subscribe to the stress and the overwhelm in my world. We only subscribe to finding the lessons and the challenges, from growing from our challenges, from staying calm and collected in our challenges, from navigating them with grace. So we find more joy in life, so we feel peace in ourselves and in life, so we feel like life is far more purposeful. And so we reclaim our time as well for the things that actually matter, those important things, rather than getting bogged down in the drama and challenges of life. Sometimes they're not even our own challenges and dramas, sometimes they're other people's. So it's about setting those boundaries that, as I said, protect our time and energy. So if you've loved what we've covered today and you want to go deeper, then my 16-week program, Unshakable Mama, is a journey to presence and freedom. It's designed for busy, self-aware working mums who are ready to swap the stress and overwhelm for clarity, confidence, peace, and purpose. You're calm. Yeah, it's the calm method. I believe that feminism has severely backfired because it's taken nothing away from us. All it's done is overload us. And on top of all of the hours that we work, we're still expected to, we're still the primary caregivers, the housekeepers, and this is feminism done wrong. This wasn't the plan. But the good news is that we're now the ones who get to clear up the mess for ourselves. But more importantly, we're breaking the cycles for our children and for future generations. We're the ones that get to rewrite the rules of motherhood now, and just break those cycles, as I said, of stress and overwhelm. So if you're willing and happy to keep listening, then... Did I say willing and happy? Happy and willing. I don't know. Happy and willing to keep listening, then I'm going to show you what this looks like. And if not, then thank you for joining me today. It's been my absolute pleasure. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks for our next bi-weekly masterclass. But listen to the end to find out what it's about. Actually, I haven't decided yet. But yeah, it'll be the 28th of August. So inside Unshakable Mama, you're going to learn simple, game-changing reset tools that you can use in small pockets of your time, your perfectly imperfect life, small pockets of your day, anywhere, anytime, anywhere, just here and there, to gain clarity on your deeper purpose alongside motherhood. Understanding your deeper purpose helps you feel fulfilled beyond the demands, the daily demands of parenting. It grounds your decisions and it gives meaning to the chaos. And it helps you stay connected to who you are, not just what you do. Okay. Setting boundaries to protect your time, energy, and your money. With limited time and the endless demands, strong boundaries ensure that your energy is invested in your heart's priorities, those things that matter, because they're the things that have the most impact and the most purpose in your life. I'm talking about the things that really light you up and sustain your well-being, so you can stay focused in your life on the needle moving things, and create space for your emotional and financial growth. Mastering gratitude mindset, nervous system balance and emotional regulation, so living in a state of gratitude for everything that's around you and everyone that's already around you, and with a balanced nervous system and emotions, you're far more resilient, confident and calm in life, and you're able to respond with grace to the stress, the overwhelm, the challenges, rather than reacting to them. So this really does support far healthier relationships. It helps you think more clearly. Like my clients say that it removes the fog in their head. They have more headspace. It's for your overall well-being and for you and your whole family. This really is about your whole family. And then you take aligned action steps towards your dream lifestyle. So these small intentional actions that are aligned with your values, as I talked about earlier, and your desires, they compound over time. And they turn your dreams into reality, i.e. you manifest them without sacrificing your peace or your family time. So those important things you focus on, they just become, and these tools, they just become integrated into your daily life. They just become second nature. They just become the norm. As I said, this is a lifestyle choice. And the results that we've had inside Unshakable Mama are calmer school mornings, more loving relationships, partners and children, husbands and children, maybe out of the family as well. Or maybe you've said goodbye to relationships or people that don't make you feel good. More responsive and helpful children, time and headspace for what really matters to you in life, freedom from guilt to rest and do the things that you really want to do, the things that bring you joy, freedom from stress when you haven't finished the to-do list, like learning to reduce the expectations on yourself, learning that, things can wait. If it means that, your health and your well-being is better, I think it can wait. Stronger boundaries around your working hours, family time and household chores, confidence to pursue the career or dream or business that you've been putting off. And it's £555 to join me for 16 weeks. The support, the cheerleading is incredible. You will create such deep, long-lasting change for you and your family. This really does have such an incredible ripple effect into the whole family and into the community through yourself and your family. It's incredible. So I'd love to ask you some questions. How would it feel to achieve results like these, like the ones I've just said? Like one of my clients, she said to me, thank you. My husband is already noticing the change in me, and he said thank you for signing up to this program. That was our husband said that. Normally we're like, we can't spend the money because our husbands, or I have to get permission from my husband. No, you don't need permission to spend your money, your joint money for your husband. I bet your husband doesn't ask you, you ask for permission to spend your joint money. So how would it feel to achieve results like that in your life? What would motherhood look like for you in 5 to 10 years if you choose not to try this new way of motherhood? And what will motherhood, parenthood, look like for our sons and daughters if we don't push back against society's unrealistic expectations on us? And if we don't commit to breaking the cycles of stress and overwhelm? And if we don't choose to reconnect with our own joy, creativity, peace, purpose, and ultimately freedom in life? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. So just send me a DM or drop it in the comments. If you're ready to rewrite the rules of motherhood and break the cycle of stress and overwhelm for yourself and our children and the next generations, then just send me a DM with the word unshakable and let's chat. I'd love to chat to you. Thank you so much for being with me today, even despite the tech problems there. It's been an absolute honour and privilege to teach you today. Can't wait to see what unravels for you next. And you're invited, as I said earlier, to join me on the 28th of August for our next masterclass, and I will let you know very soon what the topic is. Take care, have a wonderful day. Lots of love.